Charging and funding of a world leader in smart charging systems. And joining us for this fireside chat, we have Jan de Dreu, Executive Debt Investments from BBVA Spark, and Mr. Jordi Lainz, CFO at Wallbox. Please come on stage. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Take a seat.
So good afternoon. My name is Jan de Dreu. I'm part of BBVA Spark, which is the unit of BBVA focused on high-growth tech companies. And so with me today is Jordi Lainz. I'm very pleased to share the stage with you. Jordi Lainz is the CFO of Wallbox. And so Wallbox is a company founded in 2015, and today it's a global leader in EV charging solutions. And I would say for startups in energy, clearly, Wallbox is an example of a very successful growth story, and it's a reference for startups in the energy sector in general. And so in this conversation, I would like to touch four topics. One, comment the market. Second, comment a little bit on the sector of EV charging. Third, comment on products, and there I think it's very interesting to speak about how EV chargers can be integrated with energy systems, and finally comment shortly on funding. And so starting with the market, I think recent news reports, there's a bit of a debate, they comment on a slowdown in the adoption of electric vehicles. And if we look at the data in 2023, we clearly see that, especially in the US and Europe, the sales of electric vehicles has been below previous forecasts. And not only that, there's also a bit of a debate in newspapers, in the press, and generally whether this slowdown is just a point in time, or it could even be permanent. So Jordi, I would be very interested to know your views.
Okay.
On this debate.
Okay. Well, thank you for the invitation, first of all. Okay, and thank you for the organization. Well, I wouldn't say that it's a slowdown. Okay, it depends on the regions, on the quarters. Don't forget that we are analyzing a space that just in US and Europe last year grew more than 30%. The point is, it's true that it's less as expected because we come from an hyper growth on the EV space, but growing 30% for us, it's not bad if you compare with any other early stage space. No? The point is that we will see in coming years hyper growth periods linked to incentives, linked to the EV. To the EV industry, and also we will see other periods where growth will be between 20, 30, 40%. No? And what for us, what is important is to see that there is a tendency, there is a transition, and in any transition we are in the middle of the early adopters and the massive adoption of this technology. Okay, and seeing that, and of course we are seeing other regions where the presence of the EVs are massive. Nordics in Europe, we are talking about 80s, 90%. And of course, there is another part of the world, which is China, where the growth it's not stopped. It's also growing significantly. And lastly, of course, the environment in terms of interest rates, inflation, etc., has affected, I believe, not only to the EV space, also to the combustion cars, no, on vehicles.
And what do you think are key factors to basically get a more widespread adoption of EVs? Is it the cost of the vehicle? Is it battery range? Is it infra? Is it charging infrastructure?
Three, both, all of them. Of course, in terms of pricing, there is a barrier. EVs are more expensive than energy combustion cars, but it's true that we are seeing entering Chinese competitors. These Chinese competitors are entering with EVs very decent, with good technology and lower prices. It's difficult for European Union to put barriers because also OEMs, European OEMs are getting significant part of their results from Chinese market. Then we are here in a geopolitical issue. But also we will see a decrease in the EV pricing probably due to incentives. And of course, we will see a significant investment in ultra-fast charging infrastructure, for sure.
Okay, and then if we move a little bit more to the sector, so there's many companies that manufacture EV chargers, and even some car companies. For example, clearly a clear example is Tesla, but there's others that also offer their own branded products. So what in your view is the key differentiating factor to be a long-term successful player in this industry?
First of all, it's to be agnostic with any OEM. At the end, if we are seeing a massive adoption, we will see that people has a BMW, an Audi, or a Mercedes, and they need an agnostic charger that is able to charge any car. That's for sure. Secondly, geographical footprint, it's key. We have not to forget that, for example, the charger that we are selling in Spain is different that we are selling in France, in UK, or in Nordics, because regulations are different, certification, and also grid conditions. And it means that having a big geographical footprint, what is needed to achieve big contracts, it's a big barrier. If we want to sell chargers in Finland, it's not just opening an e-shop, okay? We require certification process. It happens, of course, with China, and it happens also with US, okay? Then this is a second point. And of course, lastly, technology, okay? Having technology that is allowing to charge when energy is cheaper, to have agreements with utilities, when you have interaction with the grid in order to take advantage when there are exceed or peaks of renewable energy that today we are not taking profit of that, then being able to charge your car. And lastly, with bidirectional charging, that you know that we have recently launched the first bidirectional charger in the world, domestic one, that of course it's a game changer in terms that we will have a huge battery. In our cars, we have batteries that are around 100 kilowatts that allow us to have electricity in our house in case of a blackout for a consumption of 4 or 5 days, no?
And so if we stay a little bit more on this topic of the sector, so we did see a bit of consolidation already. And one example is that last year you bought a German competitor called ABL.
Yep.
Can you comment on what is the key rationale for this acquisition, and do you expect further consolidation in this industry? We believe that we will see a significant consolidation in the space in the coming months and years, okay? Basically because of lack of scale. If you don't have global presence, you cannot take significant big contracts, okay? And then if we see the space, basically we can see Germany, it's the biggest market in Europe. More than 50% of the EV market is in Germany. Germany has its own technological regulation with a local regulation that is named Einheit. And ABL was the leading company in Germany. But this is a very curious case. In Germany, there were a lot of incentives and grants until 2022 for the EV acquisition and also for chargers. Incentives disappeared and the market went to 50%. This company that was the leader, and today it's the leader of the biggest market in Europe, which is Germany ABL company, couldn't survive the situation of disappearance of incentives, okay? And we had the opportunity to acquire them, and with that become clearly the leading company in Europe of charging infrastructure. Okay, so then if we move to the next topic, which is very interesting to understand how EV charging products can be integrated with the energy system. And I think this is relevant today because if we already see some countries, especially in Northern Europe, that are having some capacity problems, that they have faced grid congestion, even power outages. And so it would be interesting to understand how the EV chargers, how your products can be integrated with the energy system, and whether they can play a role in alleviating these these type of issues?
Well, many times it seems a race, no? That who will be the protagonist of the energy management system at home, no? We have the solar panels distributors, meters, chargers, the car. What we see clearly is that when you acquire an EV, your energy consumption doubles. And it means that having an EV becomes a significant issue in terms of your energy consumption. No? The way of having a smart charger allows you that also that you are doubling your energy consumption, do not double your energy bill. With smart solutions, with bidirectional, with functionalities as EcoSmart, or with integration with software of the local grids, which allow you to take profit of the peaks of energy production. We clearly believe that the entrance of the EVs in every single home in Europe will become a disruptive topic in terms of energy management system, and with that we are providing a significant software that allow you to create this environment with solar panels, bidirectionality, the EV, and home consumption, and we believe honestly that we are the best positioned there.
And so related to this, you already mentioned that you have a commercial bidirectional charger.
Yes.
So I think this is like a super interesting product, no? Because it doesn't only allow you to charge your car, but it also allows you to use the battery of the car to send energy back to the grid.
Yeah.
Or back to your home, back to your business, your office. So can you elaborate a little on the advantage of these bidirectional EV chargers, and also what is the demand that you see for this product, and do you expect widespread implementation of this?
First of all, it's that it seems that exist different bidirectional chargers. When I talk with some investors, I always say the same: try to buy one, okay? What I can say is that today you can acquire one Quasar in the United States, that it's the first region where we are commercializing, basically because of the interest on the blackout situation, especially in California. We have a beta testing program with Department of Energy of California State with more than 100 homes, and we will launch with Kia this year the EV9, which will be the car of the year, the first EV sub of Kia, and it will you will have the opportunity to acquire a Quasar. Again, the battery car is a huge battery, sometimes 100 kilowatts or more, and has a big capacity to bring opportunities in terms of charge your car when energy is cheaper, charge your car with renewables, with solar panels, and discharge your car at home when the energy is more expensive, or also if exists the technology, the local technology, the business case of vehicle to grid, also resell this energy to the grid, as we did with the first version of our product in United Kingdom with Octopus Energy.
And so do you expect widespread implementation of this? Because I understand it can be really...
This is technology, okay. We believe that probably in less